Improve the damn culture. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Improve the Damn Culture show. My name is Emil, and I am just delighted you guys are here with me today. Now, what are we going to talk about today? You know, on this show, we like to solve problems, right? So, what is the question of the day? Are black people smart? Now, I'm going to tell you, I had a conversation with a gentleman this morning and we were talking about ways that we can counter racism. And he said, Joe, he said, Emil, you know what? We are smarter than them. And I'm like, what do you mean we're smarter than them? We're smarter than them. I'll say, what's your definition of smart? And he didn't give me a clear definition of smart. So I really didn't know what he meant when it comes to being smart. So I thought this would be a great time to talk about this, do some content on it, right? And work with you guys to find out, are we smart? Now, let me give you my definition of smart because I think when someone is talking about a subject and someone asks for a definition, try to give a clear and concise definition that's really short that they can understand. So that way they can follow what you're saying. So I'm going to attempt to do this, right? My definition of smart is being able to do something and nobody can stop you. Period. Right? Being able to do something no one can stop you. Right? So what can black people do that no one can stop them? This is great. Let's talk about this. Let's break it down into 10 areas of human activity. That way, when you break it down into 10 areas of activity, you're not missing anything, right? These are things that we engage in every single day. And let's find out if we're smart in these things, right? First, let's start out with economics. Economics is time and energy, right? What are you doing in your time and energy that no one can stop you, right? There's not much that you can do in your time and energy when it comes to economics, right? All the energy that we do, right, is really for someone else. It's not for people that look like you, right? In fact, all the energy that you dispense out through all the week, once you get your paycheck, who are you paying that money to? You're not paying that to money to people that look like me, right? You're paying that to somebody else, right? So economics, they can do whatever they want with their time and energy, right? To dominate and mistreat us, right? So, and if you want to say economics, what about the money, Joe? You don't even want to talk about money because we're worth about 3 trillion. They're worth over $100 trillion, right? So there's no comparison when it comes to economics. So, what's the solution? We got to become smarter. What about entertainment? How smart are people that are classified black when it comes to entertainment? Come on. We signed the contracts, they dispensed the contracts. So, we're really doing what they ask us to do. So, no, we are not smarter than them. There's nothing now we can do that they can't stop us. And think about it, TikTok was a perfect example of that. TikTok itself, a perfect example of that, right? Once TikTok went out, many, many people were distraught and there was nothing they could do about it. Thank goodness Trump, who could do something about it, right? He could do something no one could stop. He brought it back on. You know, it might be for another 90 days, but after TikTok gets sold, he said it's worth over $1 trillion with an American license. And it will get sold, right? All right. What about education? Excuse me, education. Are we smarter than them? Smarter than who? Smarter than the people that believe in racism, white supremacy, right? Are we smarter than them? And I'm going to have to say, uh, we should become smarter because they control education, right? All the education that I got, all the constructive education, all the information that I got that's constructive and non constructive come from them. Unless it didn't. People might say, "Hey, my mom, my dad, my grandmom taught me that," but who taught them? Who taught them? Who put them in situations for them to learn? Okay, so there's nothing that we can do in education that they can't stop us. Right? They studied us. We don't study them. We study us. We're too busy looking at us, but they already studied us. So when it comes to education, I would say we need to get smarter. Man, so far we're 0 for 3 here, guys. Right? We got 7 more to go. What about labor? Is there anything that we can do in labor that they can't stop us? I don't think so because we are the laborers. And most of the people that I know that are classified black, they go from job to job to job to job to job because they feel like they're being mistreated, right? There's nothing that you can do in labor that they can't stop, but they can stop anything that you do in labor. So we lost that one too, I think, unless you think we won, right? So law, come on now, people. Law is like real self-explanatory, right? We cannot do anything to stop them when it comes to law, but they can stop us quickly with law. I mean, extremely quickly, right? So, 0 for 6. What about politics? Huh? They've been running politics ever since the country was established with George Washington, right? We haven't done anything politically that they can't stop, right? When we got together with Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and they tried to produce the Black Panthers, a political move. What happened to them? What happened to them, guys? They were stopped. Some of them instantly, no problems, right? But we can't do anything that's going to stop them political. Anything that's going to last, anything that's worthwhile, right? Right. What about religion? Now, religion is something that they actually want us to engage and think about. They had the slave Bible. So Christianity is something that they want us to be a part of. So you might be able to practice that, but in my opinion, they want you to practice that. That's why they allow for so many thousands of black churches in the neighborhoods that aren't doing much in our neighborhoods, just sitting there sucking up all the resources, but not giving nothing back to the communities. No, I'm not saying about all churches, so don't be coming for me, churches. I'm saying that about many, many, many churches do that, right? So there's nothing that we can do religiously that they can't stop us. If they didn't want us to practice that religion, they can do it with a little bit of no problem. Yeah, I said that with a little bit of no problem, right? Sex, right? What about sex? Is there anything that we can do or anything they can do and they can't and we can't stop them? Yeah, they just did it, right? 2 days ago we had over 100 genders. Now Trump's in office, we got two genders again. They determine what sex is, what sex isn't. Not us. We are told what sex is and what isn't. And we just follow the rules, right? Unless I'm lying, unless I have something confused, please let me know if I'm confused about something here. Do we control what sex is? I don't think so, right? Just a few weeks ago, you got people saying that there was 100 genders. Now they're back to just two genders again. Very confusing, and that's what they keep you confused, so you can't make the correct decision there. So no, there's nothing. We're definitely not smarter when it comes to sex, right? And what about war? There's nothing we could do when it comes to war. Absolutely nothing. I ain't talking about guns and Uzis, AK. Okay, those aren't really even war weapons. They have weapons that are really capable of doing some damage to you, whether they want to do it slowly or extremely quickly. They're not going to use those AK. That's almost primitive now, using AK-47s and guns and stuff. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. They have high powered um, technology and just ways of thinking that would take you out, from the food source to the water source to the air you're breathing in. Not even close. There's nothing you could do when it comes to war. There's something you can do, but can they stop you? I would say yes. Does that make them smarter? I would have to say, according to my definition, yes. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Can we do anything in artificial intelligence that they can't stop us with? No. There's no way, no how, as of right now, because they're actually even building a multi-trillion-dollar facility. They're starting out with $500 billion, but at the end of the day, it's going to be over $1 trillion, right? It's like over a million square foot of computers in Texas that Trump, his administration, and all these other rich people that don't look like us, none of them do, are building this facility to be the first and being the most forefront of general AI, you know. And he's creating a crazy facility that's going to be able to do tremendous things and solve many, many problems. See, AI is to solve problems. You see, they're building something to even help them solve even more problems. And they've been solving a lot of problems. But us, we make a lot of problems. We really don't solve a lot of problems, right? So the conclusion of this is I would say that, hey, we need to become smarter because we are being dominated and mistreated in all those 10 areas of activities. And there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we're doing about it. So what are we going to do about it, y'all? I can tell you what, let's become smarter and let's start solving our own problems. If we start solving our own problems, then we automatically become smarter because now we're doing something that no one's able to stop us because, we have a force that's acting, an outside force that's acting on us, a force of racism. And if you're able to solve problems and counter racism, by de facto, you become smarter. All right. So let's become smarter. Let's develop a code, right? A code of conduct for what we should and what we shouldn't do so we can teach our kids how to solve problems. All right. So remember that. Are we smart? I don't think we're there yet, guys. So let's get smarter. Excuse me. Let's get smarter so we can improve this damn culture. All right. Improve the damn culture. I'm out of here.